Province districts of the country. Bangladesh is not divided into states. Bangladesh is the country is divided into 8 administrative divisions which are further subdivided into 64 districts. Bangladesh is country in South Asia and has 700 to 1000 islands which include Manpura Island, Asracha, Dublacha, Hatia Island and Manpura Island. Bangladesh encompassing a total length of approximately 4,427 kilometers. Bangladesh shares its borders with India to the west, north and east, and with Myanmar and rich vegetation of Bangladesh, symbolizing hope and the vitality of its youth. The red disk signifies two main concepts. First, the rising sun, symbolizing a new beginning for the nation. Second, he bloodshed during the Bangladesh Liberation War in 1971, honoring those who sacrificed their life for independence. Bangladesh have a population more than 170 million people in 2024. Bangladesh is the world's most populous country. The main causes of the fast population growth are advancement in the culture, healthcare, and have raised life expectancy and decreased death. Bangladesh language. In Bangladesh, Bengali was according the status of the classic language by the government of India on 3 October 2024. Bengali language originated from Sanskrit. Bengali has been ranked sweetest of all languages in the world. Bengali is the second most spoken and fourth fastest growing language of India. Religion in Bangladesh. For your information, Bangladesh is the fourth largest Muslim population in the world. Before Islam, Hindu and Buddha were the main religion in Bangladesh. Bangladesh, staggering more than 155 million people, are Muslim.
Inflation of studying Bangladesh inflation rate is to analyze its trend, cause and effect on the economy and society. This includes examining main factors such as food and fuel price, monetary policies and global factors, as well as its impact on household income, purchasing power and poverty. The study evaluates policy effectiveness, offers improvement, compares international contents, and provide forecasts to guide sustainable growth.
In Bangladesh, inflation can be categorized into several types, each driven by distinct factors. 1. Cost-push inflation arises when production costs increase, prompting businesses to raise price to maintain profit margins in Bangladesh. Structural inflation occurs due to inefficiency of imbalance within the economy, with factors like Structural inflation occurs due to inefficiency of imbalance within the economy, with the factor like inadequate infrastructure, a large informal sector, limited competition, and regulatory. Thirdly, important inflation is another key type, where the rising cost of imports such as oil, raw materials, and food items often due to global price increase or currency depreciation. Imported inflation is another key type, where the rising cost of imports such as oil, raw materials, and food items often due to global price increase or currency depreciation contribute to inflationary pressure. Seasonal inflation is also prevalent, especially in the case of food items like rice, vegetables, and fruits, which become more expensive during periods of scarcity caused by poor harvest or natural calamities like flooding. Monetary inflation arises when an increase in the money supplies, driven by expansionary monetary policies by Bangladesh Bank, outpaces real output growth, thereby
Bangladesh Bank is implementing two important measures under monetary policy, which is adjustment of interest rates and liquidity management. Adjustment of interest rates is that the central bank uses interest rates as a tool to control inflation. For example, when inflation rises, Bangladesh Bank increases interest rates to discourage excessive consumer spending and business investment. This measure cool down inflationary pressures by reducing demand. The second tool is liquidity management. This is done by adjusting the cash reserve ratio (CRR) and the statutory liquidity ratio (SLR). When inflation is high, Bangladesh Bank increases the CRR. This forces commercial banks to hold more cash in reserve, which limits the amount of money they can lend to business and individuals. These subsidies on essential goods and public investment infrastructure. So, subsidies on essential goods were used to shield low-income households from the impact of inflation. The government has increased subsidies on essential items like rice, wheat, cooking oil, and fuel. For example, subsidies are also provided for fertilizer to help farmers stabilize agricultural production. This ensures food prices remain stable and affordable for the population. These subsidies are critical in helping mitigate the impact of inflation, particularly in food and energy prices, which directly affect household budget. So, public investment in infrastructure are the second fiscal measure involved increasing public investment in infrastructure projects such as roads, bridges, energy, and communication works. This is a long-term strategy that addresses supply-side constraints that contribute to inflation. By improving infrastructure, the government is enhancing productivity and reducing the cost of goods and services over time. Additionally, this investment creates jobs and stimulates economic growth, which benefits the country as a whole.
Recommendation in solving inflation issue in Bangladesh. First, encouraging foreign investment. Attracting foreign investment is an important way for Bangladesh to fight inflation. It's helped by bringing in money, technology, and skill to improve key areas like farming, factories, and energy. This area affect inflation because problems in them can cause price to rise. By making the country more welcoming to foreign investors, Bangladesh can fix economic issues and keep price stable over time. Foreign investment in agriculture can modernize farming, improve irrigation, and introduce advanced technologies to boost crop production. Since agriculture plays a big role in Bangladesh economy and employs many people, improving this sector is vital. Higher crop yield can meet the growing demand for food, reduce reliance on cost imports, and help stabilize food price, a key factor in controlling inflation. Next, in manufacture can help Bangladesh produce essential food locally, reducing its reliance on import and exposure to global price change. By encouraging foreign investors to establish factories and can create jobs, lower production costs, and balance supply and demand, keeping price stable. The success of the ready-made garments (RMG) industry, supported by foreign investment, show how other manufacturing sector can benefit similarly. Last but not least, foreign investment in energy sector can significantly help Bangladesh address energy shortage and rising fuel costs which drive inflation. Investing in renewable energy projects like solar, wind, and hydropower can reduce reliance on costly fuel imports. Additionally, improving energy infrastructure such as power plant and distribution system can lower production and transportation costs. This in turn help reduce the price of goods and services across the economy. Between 2000 and 2024, Bangladesh faced significant inflation due to rising food price, global fuel cost fluctuation, supply chains inefficiencies, and currency depreciation. In conclusion, foreign investment can help tackle this challenge by boosting domestic production and stabilize price. For example, investment in agriculture can modernize farming, increase food supply, and reduce import dependency. In manufacturing, it can support local product of essential goods, minimizing exposure to global price shocks. Similarly, investment in renewable energy and infrastructure can lower energy costs, reducing inflation tied to fuel price volatility. To attract foreign investment, Bangladesh must create a stable, transparent, and business-friendly environment. This includes streamlining regulation, offer targeted incentive, improving infrastructure and structure, and ensure political and economic stability. Sector-specific strategy, workplace development, and stronger international trade relations will further enhance its appeal to global investors. By adopting this measure, Bangladesh can use foreign investment to drive sustainable growth, create jobs, and strengthen its global competitiveness. Next, for recommendation in public awareness. In the early 2000s, public understanding of inflation in Bangladesh was limited due to low economic literacy and a lack of awareness campaign. However, events like the 2008 global financial crisis, which caused sharp increases in food and fuel price, brought inflation into public focus. Rising costs of essentials promoted the greater interest in its cost and impact. Over the year, media coverage of inflation grew, especially during crises like the COVID-19 pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine conflict in 2022, which highlighted the link between global event and rise price. Despite occasionally awareness campaign by government and non-government, the organization, many particularly the rural areas, still lack a clear understanding of inflation and its effect on daily life. Improving public awareness requires stronger financial literacy program, greater transparency in policy, and the use of digital platform and media to spread information. Enhanced awareness can help citizens make informed financial decisions and hold policy makers accountable and better navigate economic challenge. Last but not least, recommendation in solving inflation issue in Bangladesh is stabilizing currency. To stabilize its currency, Bangladesh must strengthen foreign exchange reserves, which serve as a buffer during economic uncertainty. This can be achieved by increasing export, encouraging remittance, and attracting foreign direct investments. Diversifying export beyond the ready-made government RMG sector into IT, pharmaceutical, and agriculture can boost foreign currency inflow. Encouraging remittances through official channel with favorable exchange rate and lower transfer fees can further enhance reserves and reduce pressure on the taka, which is Bangladesh currency. Reducing import dependency is equally important. Investment in domestic industries, renewable energy, and agriculture can decrease the demand for foreign currency and shield the economy from global price shocks. For example, promoting local manufacturing and renewable energy projects can lower reliance on cost imports, stabilizing both the currency and inflations. Prudently monetary policies are essential for currency stability and inflation control. The central bank should manage inflation through interest rate adjustment and money supply regulation. As high inflation erodes the taka values, a managed exchange rate policy where the central bank intervenes to limit excessive currency fluctuation can maintain stability while supporting export competitiveness. Additionally, keeping external debt under controlling and aligning repayment with reserve capacity will help avoid undue pressure on the currency. Strengthening economy fundamental is crucial for Bangladesh in long-term stability, investment in infrastructure, workforce development and market regulation can boost investor confidence and attract sustained capital. Regulations suspected trading and curbing illegal currency activities are also key to stabilize the taka. By applying this strategy, Bangladesh can reduce inflationary pressure, shield its economy from external shock, and ensure lasting financial stability. From 2000 to 2024, Bangladesh faced inflation challenge driven by rising import costs, global energy price fluctuation, and currency depreciation. Stabilizing the Bangladesh taka is essential to address this inflationary pressure as currency instability direct impact the cost of import, especially for critical goods like food, fuel, and raw material. Change in exchange rate during global crises like 2008 financial crash, the COVID-19 pandemic, and the 2022 Russia-Ukraine war have worsened inflation, making currency stabilization a vital strategy for controlling inflation.
To sum up, Bangladesh has faced significant inflationary challenges due to a combination of global economic crisis, domestic inefficiencies, and supply chain disruptions. Key inflation drivers included fluctuation in global food and fuel prices, currency depreciation, and structural limitation in this economy. Despite these hurdles, Bangladesh has implemented various monetary and fiscal policies to manage inflation and support economic stability. Furthermore, monetary policies such as interest rate adjustment and liquidity management by Bangladesh Bank have been instrumental in controlling inflationary pressures. Fiscal policies, including subsidies for essential goods and public investment in infrastructure, have provided relief to vulnerable population and address supply side constraints. While these measures have had some success, they also had fiscal challenges such as increased public debt and budget deficits. Moving forward, balancing short-term relief measures with long-term economic reform is essential. Effort to stabilize the currency, diversify exports, and enhance our agricultural productivity can help mitigate inflationary pressures sustainably. By adding foreign investment, promoting domestic production, and ensuring fiscal discipline, Bangladesh can better manage inflation and support inclusive economic growth in the future.